He's part of it.
Yo, he pulled a handbrake in zone 2.
Yeah, I know.
What the f? Can't stay on the gas when you're on the brake in an Excel zone, bro. I'm Matt Field.
I'm Bakchis. This is my car.
And this is my car.
I think I could teach this guy a few things.
Don't get me wrong, I want to beat everybody out there, but there's one guy in particular.
He's a great teammate, but an even better frenemy.
First round of the year, Long Beach. This track is no joke. It's treacherous, it's fast, you have to be on the wall to do remotely good at this track.
This is my 7th year at Long Beach. I know the track, the corners don't change. The thing is, all of our cars are getting so much faster and so much grippier. It feels like a new adventure every time we come out here. It's still a challenge. I've done well here 4 years in a row, so definitely a lot of pressure, but very excited.
Formula Drift is not like NASCAR where it's the first person across the finish line. This is actually a judged sport. It's based on 3 attributes: line, style, and angle. Line is when they come around a corner, they have what they call clipping points. So they have to get the back of the car as close as they can to the wall. They come back around the opposite direction. They have to get into another clipping point and get as close to that location as well. Style is about what will get you the most points. Some guys are really smooth and hold a really tight line. Other guys will just hang it out, scrape the back bumper on the wall, fiberglass is flying, bumpers are getting shredded. Angle is you come around a corner, and if you can carry a shallow angle and come close to the wall, but if you carry big angle, like 90 degrees to the wall, that gets you big style points.
Slippery out there. Whew. Honestly, it's kind of strange. I was locked in on throttle, approaching zone 2, added a little bit of angle, and just woo!
We think the car leaned over and pinched the front tire. Right now we're cutting out and clearancing some space so that the wheel can't touch the car and basically make the wheel come to a stop, causing him to spin. I think he was, max angle, all the weight, car leaning. Even if it wasn't hitting before, if you got max angle now and hit a bump, yeah, push it straight up. Right. I think he just had the perfect run going, and we haven't pushed the car that hard. That's what happens.
Qualifying, mental-wise, is very stressful just because you have a very small amount of time to perform your very best, and you get 2 shots.
I think I just kind of overstepped the boundaries of the car a little bit. I just poured on the angle, thinking I'm some kind of badass, and then I just came around.
This year we're starting with a brand new chassis. It's a 2013 Chevrolet Corvette. Graham and the rest of the team put that car together from scratch. It was a slam jam, 6-month best of no sleep and 24/7 building. We've had 8 years in a S chassis. We're really excited to see what this Corvette can do. You're taking something that has tons of development into being a performance vehicle and making it better.
Matt probably just got ahead of himself. I know he's like kind of eclipsed by Dirk Stratton. If Matt can at least keep the car together, I guess he's doing okay, Expensive chassis definitely are a newer thing in drifting. So when you see like a car like a Ferrari, it's awesome.
When you see these different cars, they're flashy, they run different, they sound different, they smell different. If you're here and you're babying it because of what you got, then you probably shouldn't have showed up to begin with.
Going into the first qualifying run, the car's feeling pretty good, but not perfect. I'm having to drive the car a lot harder than I should have to. It's not driving itself per se, and I'm getting a little concerned. I gotta get comfortable and I gotta qualify high. When I actually get going, it feels really good. I'm picking up a lot of speed, and the car just starts to float right towards the wall, which is exactly what I want. Unfortunately, the car's not slowing down. It keeps floating, and next thing I know, I'm going right into the wall.
Last year, and oh my goodness. Bakchis going into the wall.
My run is already wasted. Now I'm just trying to save my car from completely getting thrashed. We have any ratcheting wrenches?
Yeah, I just need a 17 shallow socket.
Yeah, it looks like us and Odie have goose eggs right now, so we're kind of up against the wall. We both got to put in some points on our second qualifying run, otherwise, you know, that's the end for us.
Going into the second run, I know I need to just get it together because we're sitting on a 0. Fortunately for me, I just kind of reverted to what we were doing before, and it's funny because I was like, all right, just be careful, make it around the track, do your thing, and it ended up being like one of my best runs all weekend. We got a 91, and we qualified 7th.
For the second run, there's the burnout box where we get to warm up our tires. Got 20-foot by 20-foot box to do these figure-8 burnouts. I am throwing the car as hard as I can, back and forth, trying to feel it out. I jammed down to the straightaway into the first turn, and the car's actually on the right force. I kind of tippy-toe around the track, and the run actually felt pretty good.
Steers clear of it. Massive angle from Bakchis.
We got an 88, which is a respectable score when you're sitting on a 0. Overall, I'm pretty happy about it.
My first full season was Odie's first full season. He does pretty good, gets on the podium, I get on the podium. He got a tire deal, I got a tire deal. He gets his first win, then I get my first win, and then it just so happens that the same year we both sign up with Falken for a teal and blue car. He definitely had the worst first qualifying run. I mean, I got a 0 and looked like an idiot, but
Mine was way more exciting though.
You crashed though!
That's what the fans like sometimes.
Having Odie next to me makes me a better driver. I don't know a lot of drivers who are open books with each other. We have similar driving styles, we have a similar way that we like our cars set up, and we're on the same tire.
I gave it 110.
Right into the tire. You probably were doing 110 when you hit the tire.
Hey, go big or go home, right?
Oh yeah, I know. Just having that relationship off track is great. But when it's out on track, guns out, fists up, ready to throw down.
Sometimes qualifying for me isn't the easiest task, but I feel very confident in tandem, so I'm super ready for top 32, and I'm paired up to go against Daniel Burkett. Rad Dan is not a seasoned driver, but he's coming up the rank. Whenever you get paired up with an unseasoned driver, it's a wild card, because he might be all over the place. You never know. My first lap with Rad Dan, I got to lead. I set my own pace, I just did what I had to do, and it worked out flawlessly. It was a good run. The second one, I got to chase Rad Dan. I get safe distance, which worked out to my favor because he ended up smacking the wall. Luckily, I got away clean and advanced to top 16.
Jeff Jones is one of those drivers that is just known to throw down, rip his bumper off on the wall, keep on going, drive on 3 wheels, doesn't matter. He's kind of got a solid nickname from us around here, and that's Junkyard Jones. But you know what? He showed up ready to party this event. New car, new suit, looking good, driving good, and he's on a real tire. He's on a Falken. The first run, we lead, and honestly, he was close, but he did make a mistake. He straightens out following us a little bit, so we know we have to play it smart going into run 2. This being a new car, I'm not sure how much gap is appropriate. These are things that I'm just not sure of because we're in a new chassis. He keeps it clean, he makes it through the pass, and that might be due to the fact that he's got a new car that he just spent way too much money on, and he's trying to keep it together for the rest of the season. Fortunately, I initiate right where I need to, close the gap, do just enough pressure to win, and we came out on top.
I'm paired up with Justin Pollock for top 16. He's a veteran driver. He's been driving for Falken forever. When I first started paying attention to drifting, this is one of the guys to look up to.
Wow, look at that. Quick, right to angle. Justin Pollock not getting all the way out to the touch and go, but making up for it.
The first lap, Justin leads. I'd stay on his door throughout the entire track.
and into the final front clip. Just gonna put a bow on it. There you go.
I played it somewhat safe, but I did not let him get away. I line up for my lead run.
And here we go.
As soon as the lights go out, I jam down the straightaway as fast as I can. I throw my car in, and man, that's the same exact issue that I had in my first qualifying run. The car just starts to over-rotate, starts to float towards the wall. I save it, I don't hit the wall, but at that moment I knew I just threw away my run.
No, that will be it for Odie Bakchis.
That thing's all weekend, but I got this far. As soon as I try to drive it like a man, the kid steps out. So we gotta figure it out.
Top 16, here we come, and we're going against Alec Honendale. I know it's going to be a tough battle. He's been in that car a long time. He's a solid driver. Because at this Long Beach course, if you're not in the touch and go, in the outer zone, you're not succeeding. So we don't tighten the car up too much, but we give it just enough. And heading out for the first battle, I honestly felt like we had a solid chance against Alec.
Matt Field leading. Alec Honendale giving chase. Matt with a gangster initiation.
Honestly, I lay down a solid run. Probably top 3 runs that I've done all weekend. But you know, he's right there. Time to turn it up, time to throw down.
Honendale out of the gate. We got a clean start. No strike, no harm, no foul.
Coming through the touch and go, I had just enough angle, stay right there. Transition to outer zone 1, bam, we're right there too. Now here's where the problem starts to happen. Instead of him being on the throttle, he sits on the handbrake throughout the entire outer zone 2, and I'm stuck sitting here waiting for him to get back on the right line.
And Matt Field taking a wider line.
The judges maybe didn't see what actually transpired there. Yo, he pulled a handbrake in zone 2.
Yeah, I know.
What the
I have in-car.
Yeah, dude.
handbraking in zone 2, bro? Come on.
Can't keep up?
Jeez. Can't stay on the gas when you're on the brake in an Excel zone, bro.
Say something about it. Yeah. There's some gray areas on the track. There's certain things the lead driver could do that's within our rule book, but yet it makes it very difficult for the chase driver. And I think that's exactly what happened to Matt. And sometimes you just gotta let it go.
The judges went towards Alex, so if you don't beat someone bad enough where they have no choice and you leave it in their hands, then you didn't run hard enough. You left something on the table.